Hello everyone, this is Latasha Blanton from the Real South Africa Travel and Tourism. And you're going to have the opportunity to travel with Phil Scott to
sunny South Africa. You guys are going to have the opportunity to come to Johannesburg, and you guys are going to be coming to Durban. And we're going to set it up perfectly. It's going to be like a luxury experience for you guys. At the same time, you're going to be getting some culture. And of course, you're going to get an opportunity to talk to Phil, hang out with Phil, and get his views on Africa and South Africa.
You're also going to get an opportunity to explore the lifestyles here that are available in South Africa. And we're going to do all that for you in an amazing 10 days. We do hope that you go to the website and book, because we do look forward to seeing you here.
Absolutely. Our website is therealsouthafrica.com. Go there, scroll down. You'll see a picture of Phil, and just go ahead and book there. So we'll see you here in what we like to call sunny South Africa.
Last week, parents were upset that their children's high school was going to be used temporarily to house the migrants in Brooklyn, New York. Now, of course, y'all know that this time of year, especially in New York, it is very frigid, right? And so they, being the authorities there, moved the migrants from one place that I guess wasn't really fit to live just yet to the high school. So, of course, people of James Madison High School, they congregated there and they expressed their concern about what was going on. And here's just a snippet of the copious amount of videos that were out there. Check it out.
Taking over my kid's school. Take all the kids out to sleep here tonight, huh? How long you staying?
Todos están juntos, van por el mismo lado de la familia. Trate de mantener los nenes enfrente de usted para que sepa que es lo que quieren.
So as you saw there, the migrants were being ushered into the high school. Now, a rumor was going around that it would be, shut down indefinitely to house the migrants until, I guess, the cold weather goes away, which is for, a while, because we are in the beginning of winter. But the high school, they're saying that's not the case. They were only there for 12 hours. And in fact, the high school and, some other parents were like, well, we were surprised that it even made the news. And some of the students were like, well, it wasn't a big deal that they were housed there for just overnight. And this is what the head of the PTA or something like that said. I understand the frustration. No one wants their kids to be displaced out of their school, but it was just one day. And it says a mother of an 11th grader at the school and the head of its parent-teacher association. In America, we have so much and we have to deal with so little. Wars are raging around the world and we don't really feel the effects of it. Adding, she felt pride that the school had provided a space for the families in need. Well, Miss PTA lady, I wonder if you have pride, for the people who are sleeping on the streets who are citizens of New York. Do you feel anything in your heart for them? And as she said, all these wars and things going around, but do you know that the United States is funding a lot of those wars, sending a lot of tax dollars from the American citizens to pay for those wars? But yet there's people in New York that are sleeping on the streets and they don't have any barriers from the cold. But yet your heart is bleeding for people who came over here on their own free will. And they had nowhere to go, and now they're going to shut down the school, even if it is for 12 hours. And by the way, the children had to learn remotely, which means they could not go to school for a day, since they resumed, a day or so later. But they still were inconvenienced, whether they liked it or not. And so all that is going on for, again, the people who should not be here, but they are, due to the open border policies of the Biden administration. And yet, you got people, as I said, sleeping on the street. And you never hear as much uproar about, well, what about them? You don't hear that. But when it comes to the migrants, you got some people, and I'm shocked about it, honestly, that there's still some people who are like, well, it's not right that they should sleep on the street. But it's like, have you taken as much of a bologna sandwich to the homeless guy or the homeless woman with her children that probably lives not too far from your neighborhood and that you drive by every day? Are you concerned about her? Do you feel a sense of pride to help her or him? Probably not. And so, yeah, I don't live in New York, but that makes me mad, because everywhere in America there's somebody sleeping on the street and nobody gives a doggone about them at all. They might say they do, oh, we need to get some warming centers. Now, warming center is somewhere where somebody who is homeless, or as they say, unhoused, can go and warm up, if it's too cold, but they don't get to stay there. They don't get to stay there at all. They got to, keep it pushing after that. And so they're the migrants. Not only are they getting housing or shelter, even if it's in a high school, they're getting food and, a whole host of other things that we as taxpayers are paying for. Now, if you ask me, I would rather my tax dollars go helping people who are homeless that are citizens here, and then if there's something left over, yeah, you can help everybody else. But what about the first law of nature, which is self-preservation? Help yourself first. Whatever happened to that? So I don't know, for you, those of y'all out there who are like, oh gosh, you just feel a sense of pride for helping everybody else but your own people, you need to rearrange your understanding, because that's not how it works. And ask yourself this, and I'm going to leave up out of here. I just want to put this on your mind before I do. Imagine if you went to somebody else's country with your, little knapsack and say, hey, I don't have anywhere to go. Do you mind if I take over the local high school, or you take the money that you were using for your citizens and you give it to me? Do you think they would do it? They would be like, I'm sorry. In fact, you wouldn't even be able to get up in a lot of people's country. But over here, it's like, here, open the door. Oh, wait a minute. It's not open wide enough, right? We open the doors and let everybody else in, but you wouldn't be able to do that in somebody else's country. They'd be like, I don't know what to tell you, but you might want to go back, because we're not closing nothing. We're not giving you something over our own people. That's just a fact, right? So anyway, y'all tell me what you think of that. And for more insightful commentary, please subscribe to this channel and my channel, The Demetra Kaye Show, here on YouTube.